Hi, everybody. Welcome to Marketing for the Professional Actor here on the Virtual Channel Network. We're the Casting About guys. I'm Brian.
And I'm Blair. We're the founders of CastingAbout.com, the online casting and production guide. Brian here also spent the better part of a decade working in PR and marketing before he was forced to work with me. Sorry.
And Blair's a professional actor, and whenever possible, he tries to avoid working with me.
But not so bad, really.
Well, some days is better than others.
This is true. We have received a lot of emails from people watching these videos, which we are thankful for, and we get a lot of emails from people writing in at the website about marketing, and we're talking about some of those topics, and we're happy to address those here with you. Make sure you keep sending us your questions. info@castingabout.com is where you can send them. We have talked in previous episodes about marketing smartly, about building a target list and going after that target. And today we want to spend a little bit of time talking about marketing face-to-face. It's kind of marketing you might not think about. Marketing, usually people say, well, sending out headshots, postcards. But you remember, marketing is about building relationships. So this is about meeting people face-to-face and continuing to build those relationships. We do get questions about how do I build my target list? How do I create these relationships? This particular topic we thought would be good to talk about, and it was inspired actually by a story that we heard from an actor. A friend of mine that I know who's going in to read for Cold Case. I was very excited because it's a good show, and he liked it, and he said, oh, I'm excited. I'm going to audition for Cold Case. And I said, oh, great. Well, who are you meeting? He goes, I'm reading for Cold Case. I said, no, but who are you meeting? The idea being every audition is not just an audition for that job, but it's a chance to meet somebody to start building that relationship. Who are the people in the office? More importantly, what else do they cast? And again, the answer was, well, I don't know, I'm reading for Cold Case. And what I said is I think you're actually really missing an opportunity here, an opportunity to help build those relationships.
Sure, if you can get cast on Cold Case, that's great news, and that's a win for the team. So absolutely. But you're going to meet with a casting director who's a working professional in this town. You're going to have an opportunity to build a relationship or start building a relationship that maybe it pays off today, maybe it pays off 3 weeks from now, maybe it pays off a year or two from now. It's important to think about that in terms of I'm reading for Cold Case, but I'm also furthering a relationship that's a working relationship.
Well, you said this in a previous episode. What other business, think of any other professional business out there, what other business would you go into a meeting and not know the name of the person that you're meeting and not know what else they do? It just doesn't happen. People do the research and they know. So a lot of actors get very excited about the audition. They go in and they don't realize who they're talking to and what else that person does. So there are a couple things that you can do when you're going to meet somebody face-to-face, either in an audition or at a workshop or at a meeting. There are a couple things that you can do to help start to build those relationships. First and foremost, pretty simple. When you're going to go in and meet somebody, memorize the names of the people who are going to be in the room. You can look them up on CastingAbout if you want, and that'll tell you the names of the casting directors, the associates, and the assistants in the room. It's sort of professional courtesy. Know who they are. So when you walk in the room, the first person you meet behind the desk, probably the assistant, and actually, trust me, if you go up and say, hi, nice to meet you, and you're Jennifer, right? Say that to an assistant, and you'll watch reactions like, oh my God, yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Probably the first person who called that assistant by name all day long.
And the associate may be signing you in or maybe working the camera. If you're reading for a co-star, smaller part, maybe the associate's the only one in the room. And then, of course, the casting director will be maybe reading with you or giving you notes. Either way, knowing who they are, being able to address them by name is a big deal. That's how you start building those relationships. Another thing to do is simply know what else they're working on. It's a small item, but being able to go in and being aware of what they're doing, and you've heard this story before, is the kind of things that actually paid off for me. I like to look at the projects that casting directors are working on the day that I'm going in. You can dial them up on CastingAbout. It'll tell you what they're working on. So I went in to read for a show. Didn't get it, by the way. Actually, it was kind of ugly. But when I went in, I was able to say to the casting director, hi, thanks for calling me in. And by the way, I saw you guys picked up a pilot. That's great. It's good for you. And the response from the casting director was amazing, because instantly, instead of being the casting director that I have to impress, they became the person struggling to get a job kind of the way I am. The response was like, oh, my God, I didn't think we'd get that pilot. We were up against another office, and we were really struggling, and I was nervous, and we got it. It's such a good opportunity for us, and, I'm kind of nervous because it's a bigger show. And all of a sudden, we're talking sort of peer-to-peer, professional to professional about this opportunity. really put me at ease and helped what I was doing. Now, down the road, I actually got a chance to read for that pilot because, I don't know, I was on their mind and they were thinking about me. So knowing that when you go in the room is really pretty great. You know, in previous episodes, we've talked about the importance of knowing your type and being able to sell that type as a product and knowing which casting directors need that type. And that's another example where knowing what a casting director is working on can be beneficial. If you walk into an office for one project and you know they're casting another project that is perfect for your type, maybe here's an opportunity to mention that. Now, you want to be professional about it because you're there for the first audition and you don't want to spend time talking about the other one or trying to push yourself too hard. You don't want to leave that bad impression. But again, showing that you have knowledge, being able to walk in and say, thanks so much, I really appreciate it. And by the way, I saw you guys are doing that new lawyer show. And, you probably know I play a lot of lawyers, so if I can help you out there, I'd love to read for it. Maybe that's all you need. You know, if you're right for them, all you're saying is you guys buy product. You guys buy actor types. I'm that type. If I can help you out, and maybe you're just planting the seed in their mind, and then you move on. But it's an opportunity to kind of mention that, having that knowledge. We said it before, knowledge is power, and so being able to walk in the room with that knowledge can help you out. It can possibly also help you out in a really subtle way, which is being able to know what a casting director is up to, knowing that you can congratulate them on new projects or knowing what kind of projects they work on, so you know that all the projects have a certain tone. It gives you a confidence, and I just know from personal experience, it's really sort of changed the air in the room for me. I can talk to a casting director about something they're working on. We talk kind of pro to pro about it. It helps with my nerves. Mm-hmm. I mean, it kind of levels the playing field a little bit. I'm a pro, you're a pro. We talk about it a little bit. Now let's do the thing. I'll give you what I got, and if you can use it, great. If not, maybe we can work together on a different project. It's just a different thing than that, oh, God, just please hire me. It's sort of a different feel to it where you're looking at the long term. I hope we can work together sometime in the future.
Yeah. And again, that research can really help to put you in a position where you come in armed with knowledge, so you are ahead of your competition that way. There are certainly a lot more questions that we will be getting from you about marketing yourself as a professional actor. You can send those questions to info@castingabout.com. You'll find that link at the bottom of any of our Casting About pages. And while you're there, if you want to sign up for the service, it's a great way to get the latest information about what's going on in town.
And as we always say, knowledge is power. Use that knowledge. Get out there, book some jobs, become rich and famous, and then invite us to your pool parties. But until then, I'm Blair.
And I'm Brian.
We're the Casting About guys. Thanks for watching. This is Marketing for the Pro Actor on the Virtual Channel Network.